Okay, I've had this ETX Meade 80mm scope about 2 years. I've used it 2 or 3 times. The thing I couldn't stand about it, as a lot of you others that have bought this model, is the focuser. The original focuser sucks. It used to sit right there and you'd have to take your fingers and kind of do that. And then when it focused, you could hardly get anywhere. It took way long to get something focused in. So I got tired of it, got inventive. And I tell you what, this is a good fix. All the parts were absolutely free. Now this focusing stem, believe it or not, I took off a manual equatorial mount Celestron 80. So what I did, this right here was, I think, one of the old rubber boots that I had on one of my spark plugs when I changed it out on one of my vehicles. Believe it or not, that sucker fit, well, you can see the diameter in there. It fit right over the shaft perfectly. And of course, I have a mechanic shop, or shop, garage, whatever you call it. I have stockpiles of bearings. Now this focusing stem here, basically what I do to fit it snug inside the bearing was just wrap some black tape around it. Because what I wanted to do was, I mean, you could still use it without the bearing, but you know, the stem wobbles. So kind of my point is to try to reduce shake on the telescope. That's why I incorporated this bearing to keep it kind of, you know, vertically up and down. And I tell you what, this works so much better. I'm going to start turning it here. I don't know if you can see that. But, you know, like on a Celestron, you know, with just manual turning, that's kind of how it operates. I tell you what, it's not a $1 billion idea, but it's so much better than that stupid little focusing knob they put on there. They should have never have done that. Been better if they had maybe a knob out the back or something, but they could have incorporated that a lot better. And what I did was went up into the gear there, put just a dab of PB Blast on it and a little bit of grease. You want to overdo it because your pocket here for your 45, stuff like that, that's all open. So you don't want to go be spraying a bunch of crap in there and stuff like that. The bottle of PB Blast I have is like a slow ooze, so it's not like a WD-40, you know, with a quick spray. But if you're not sure, just stick with like maybe a little lithium grease or something like that and just dab those gears up. Kind of help it turn a little better. I don't know if, there we go. You can see that. But yeah, that whole idea there with the gear drive with the focuser, I think it just sucks. As far as the telescope, you know, being electronic and everything like that, yeah, I really like it. You know, I got a laser dot finder on there, but it's one thing I wish they would have done with this is, you know how like the other Celestrons and stuff has like either the big knob in the back where the shaft comes in and out. It's kind of like, that's what I'm used to, and that's very handy because it's kind of out of the way, big knob, you can, you know, fine tune. But I tell you what, for no money, a little ingenuity, that is a heck of a lot better. So if you guys own one of these, or even I don't know if the etx80, I think that's where the focusing is better. I think the knob was on the back. They should have put the ETXs like that. I'm telling you right now, so much better. Out of the way. You don't have to pinch your stupid fingers down here to get this thing to focus. And to be truthful about it, I think that design right there is, after people reading a lot of reviews, is what has deterred people from buying the etx80. So if they're still out there and you guys are interested in one, I'm telling you now, if you got a little bit of ingenuity in your brain, you could modify this thing to your own liking. But I tell you, it's not the prettiest, but so much better. So now I think I'll start using it a lot more often. I mean, it's not super fast, but it'll get you in the neighborhood where you need to go. And of course, I got my Saboni camera on there. Also, too, if you ever buy one of these, just a heads up, I learned this the hard way. If you go to align these before you use them, you need to take that 45 off there. Because sometimes when you align it, that thing will cock straight up. And what happens is, this 45 bottoms out right there. So you can only use the 45, not on everything, but a good selection, as long as the telescope isn't angled all the way straight up. I'll show you. I don't know if a lot of you have noticed this or not. See? Because when you go to line that thing, it sometimes, depending on what time of night, it'll try to go straight up in the air and turn around. So when you go to line this, make sure that 45 is off of there. As far as that, I'm telling you, I mean, you can't argue with that. That is so much better. So if you find this etx80 model, remember it's not the 90. This one, I think I got the whole backpack series. I paid $389. It did come with a lot of assortments. The backpack, eyepieces, it even came with the 45. I don't know if it even explained that on the site, but I was pleasantly surprised to see that was added, because that's pretty good. And of course, I invested in a nice little $200 Saboni. But for what it is, I mean, you get out there, you get set up. I mean, this thing is quick. Tracking, you know, I like it so much better because you can actually track. Like my old Celestron Power Seeker 80, it has the manual turns. Of course, I got the side motor for my, Power Seeker, but you had to have it. But without that motor, I mean, you had to constantly just turn and turn and turn and turn to track, and you just get all this. This right here, you can just set the speed down, like a 4 or 5, and it'll still track the object without you having to move it if you're aligned correctly. But if you just want to just squirt around a little bit up and down, it doesn't really, it's not like a manual, so there's a lot less shake in it. Anyways, I just wanted to put this review out. So like I said, anybody that likes this model versus like the 90 or anything, you're having a hard time, read the reviews about the focusing knob, everybody says it sucks. So no, that's true. Especially me, I've got big hands. I'm just kind of like right here on the rim of my finger trying to turn it, and the whole thing's just shaking. And I got tired of it and forced me to kind of quit using it because of that reason. So I got it back out. See, this is just clear, just above everything. I mean, it's not in the way. So put that together and it works pretty slick. So anybody watching this video, if you think it's helpful or something, maybe click a like for me. It's not necessary. I'm just doing this to help everybody out. But yeah, let me know if you invest in the etx80, or if you got one and you find a way to modify it. Just throw some ideas out there and kind of get this little problem solved. Anyways, that's my review, so hope you like it. Catch you later. Bye.